Welcome to Mr. V Teaching Math. In this session, I'm going to look at the third method that I use to teach students how to deal with positive and negative numbers when you're adding and subtracting them. We've been using tiles for the last couple sessions, and they work really well, and they really help with understanding, but they're slow. They take a long time. This next technique uses a number of tricks that, if you understand, they will work quite well. If you don't, you're going to make mistakes. And in my experience, learning to use the tiles first, or the human number line first, helps you understand how negative numbers and positive numbers work and what they mean. The method I'm about to show you will get you the answer, and will get you the answer quickly, but does not necessarily mean you understand it. Before we get into it, though, there's a couple things we need to review. A few things that will be important. First, 2 plus 3 equals 5. 3 plus 2 equals 5. That's simple enough. Basic questions that we know how to do. Five minus 1 equals 4. 1 minus 5 does not equal 4. This is a key thing to keep in mind. 5 minus 1 will equal a 4. 1 minus 5 will come out to be a negative 4. Notice that when you are adding, it doesn't matter which way you add. You can flip the numbers around and you'll get exactly the same answer. It makes no difference. But with subtracting, it matters. This is a trick we're going to use to help us with adding and subtracting positive and negative numbers in a few minutes. Let's take a look at another question. I'm going to be using tiles to help us understand how this works, because we've used tiles in previous lessons. If I start with 3 positive, and I take away 2, I end up with a positive 1. Okay, that's simple enough. That's a pretty simple question, actually. It's 3 minus 2. But what about this question? Let's do that question. Again, I'm starting with 3 positives. Now I'm going to add 2 negatives to this. These are zeros. They will cancel. I'm left. Now notice this. Look at these 2 questions. They have the same answer. But what's the difference? These signs are a complete flip. They've been reversed. And you'll get the same answer. If you look at this question, this is simply 3 minus 2. That's a fairly easy question. We can do 3 minus 2. We've learned how to do 3 minus 2. Somebody looks at this and goes, oh, I have to add negatives. Oh no, that's hard. But you can take this kind of question and turn it into that kind of question. This is the second thing to keep in mind, that when you're dealing with adding and subtracting, and only adding and subtracting of integers, you can take the 2 signs that are beside each other. Not this one, don't mess with this one, leave that one alone. That one has to stay the same. The 2 that are side by side, if you reverse them, if you flip them, it'll still work. Let me show you another example. Positive 4 plus positive 2. Yes, I know all of you out there are jumping and yelling, oh, Mr. V, I know the answer is 6. Let's just practice with the tiles, okay? There we are. Positive 4 plus positive 2. And of course we have our answer, positive 6. Well, what happens if I take these two symbols and reverse them both? And I do this question. Oh, and I'm certain many of you out there already know where I'm going, but I'm going to do it anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my starting. I'm now going to take away two negatives. I don't have any negatives to take away, so I'm going to put some zeros in. If you don't know what I'm doing here, go watch my previous videos. This is still currently positive 4 at the moment. Now I'm going to take away negative 2. This gives me the answer, positive 6. Notice again,